My name is Cyrus Sigari. I live in Santa Monica, California, and I'm an entrepreneur. I have a venture capital firm and a company that sells private jets. I first learned Biocybernaut when I was thinking about doing a second round of neurofeedback. I had experienced neurofeedback about a year and a half ago and had a profound experience. And shortly thereafter, I was at a Tony Robbins conference, and he started talking about neurofeedback and specifically the work here with Dr. Hardt. And Tony gave a pretty incredible testimonial on stage, and I looked into it and I realized this was a place where you come if you really want to get neurofeedback. Between the testimonial of Tony Robbins, the work on the website, studying Dr. Hardt's experience in the space, and then also the facility is located in Sedona. Something quite magical about diving deep within the mind into a place like Sedona. So it was quite a perfect convergence of interest and expertise and locale to pull me in. My expectations for the training before I got here was that I was going to go deep, and I was going to have to deal with some dark corners of the mind that over 38 years of life get covered over and that you don't get to expose. And having experienced some work with neurofeedback in the past, I knew that those would get exposed, and the process of exposing those challenging experiences in one's life would therefore free my mind to operate more efficiently and with more love and more compassion and more creatively. And having just completed the course, I can tell you that's already one of the outcomes of my journey so far. Quite intense. It's a lot of work. You're expected to be here relatively early. You go until you're done. There's no set time when you're finished, but depending on the type of course, it could be 10 p.m., it could be 3 a.m. Every day. And so it was not something you could just kind of cruise through. You really have to show up. Number two is the staff was incredible. Everybody that was here that we worked with was a lot of intention, a lot of integrity, a lot of caring for the students and wanting to ensure that journey is met with a really soft landing on the other side. There may be some choppy waters and bumpy clouds to fly through along the way, but it was really a love-filled journey of exploration and education. And on that note, specifically working with Dr. Hardt, my career has taken me to spend time with some of the most brilliant minds on the planet. And I can certainly add Dr. Hardt as one of them. There's not another one like him on the planet. His 40 years of experience in the space, his photographic memory of just about every conversation he's ever had and every client he's ever worked with provides an incredible amount of knowledge to be shared to help one go through their journey. And then add on top of that, proprietary technology that's been developed here to help people work through this mindscape is a pretty incredible combination of things. One breakthrough that I had from this experience is overcoming a bit of a bias as it relates to wanting to go through this journey by myself. When I first came here, I was really looking for a private sort of experience. And I was paired with two other folks who, when I first met them, seemed very lovely. But my internal reaction was, I kind of just want to do this on my own. And as time went on, I realized that was a really foolish sort of perspective. And getting to grow not only personally, but with my fellow course mates, helped me grow even more, and to get to watch their growth was incredibly inspiring. And it made me take a different perspective about co-journeying with people. And there's a time to do things on your own, there's time to do things with others, and their breakthroughs ended up becoming my breakthroughs. So I'm really grateful to have had the opportunity to share this experience with them. One of the things that I really benefited from was, through my career of being around incredibly successful people and always sort of having a very high expectation on myself and those around me, I found myself realizing while here is that I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself. And that pressure ends up causing the brain to slow down. And through this experience, I realized by virtue of relieving that pressure, you actually accelerate. And that was a really rather profound awareness, not only in terms of recognizing that it's a thing, but once you put light on it and feeling how the mind changes once there's acknowledgement around it was really wonderful. And it's easier explained it's a completely different thing to actually experience. And so I'm really grateful for that bit of awareness. If somebody's considering doing the training here at Biocybernaut and not quite sure, I'd have to say, just do it. Great outcomes come from doing difficult things. This isn't an inexpensive experience, be it financially, time, or energy. It's a huge investment. But for a week's worth of time and the dollars invested into it, I can tell you, having just completed it, that I know personally my return on investment may be many tens-fold or hundreds-fold, if not thousands-fold. I'm really, really grateful and found that I definitely got more out versus what I put in. And that's usually a good combination for things.